Hi there. This reading is for the collective. Take what resonates, leave the rest. This reading is going to be about what you suppressed, what you have suppressed from when you were younger. So, trigger warning. If this is something you don't think you can watch or listen to now, that's totally okay. Come back later. Um, and again, you're just going to probably need to take what resonates with this reading because there's probably going to be a lot of different things coming through. The Fool. Strength, wow. Yeah. So there's something coming out, the Empress, about you needing to put a brave face on. Temperance reversed. No matter the circumstances of what was happening around you. So like something that's suppressed from when you were younger is softness, like being, especially if you're a female or like strong, maybe you have strong feminine energy that was suppressed and buried. Maybe you're a man now who was knew at a young age you were gay or you were more feminine, but that was like suppressed. Your parents or the people around you made you suppress that and how you felt. That's a big thing coming through. Suppressing emotions. You know what's funny is I almost, King of Swords, let's see. Look at, I remembered. I almost called the reading, like what emotions you suppressed when you were younger. So I'm sure there's going to be things that come out about that. I just wanted to make it broader because, I feel like, I just wanted whatever needed to come through for whoever, comes across this video. So it's going to be different. That's why I really felt the need to say in the beginning, you need to take what resonates because I think it's going to be different for folks. Come over here. There's something like suppressing your wins, your like anything good that happens to you, you had to suppress that. Interesting. Like there's a thing, and maybe like for that one, a lot of cups coming through emotions, like I was saying. For some of you, oh wait, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. I'm looking at this Nine of Cups. So like suppressing wins, like not sharing your, for some of you, like that's not what anybody made you do, like, or not made you, but kind of like talked you into, well, you can't share these really great things. That's something that there's something about guilt coming through where you kind of like conditioned yourself to play yourself small in order to make other people feel better about themselves. So that is a big, big thing. Like if you resonate with that, where you suppress your, victories, anything good happening to you. And maybe you even found that for a while, a lot of things, like you got into a routine where good things weren't happening. Like you kind of blocked your blessings in a sense because you didn't want other people to be hurt. And that, it's beautiful that you have always cared very deeply about people, but you celebrate other people and you deserve to be celebrated. And hopefully you hearing that will get you back into wanting blessings to share with other people. You probably are in that space. Like, why can't I have a win? Well, because you, you blocked it. So you got to unblock that. Maybe even say something like, I invite more blessings into my life. That feels really good to me. I feel like you need to do something like that. Okay. Where do we want to go next? I do feel like I want to come here. Okay. And what's really funny, I was talking about blessings. I sneeze like 10 times. Like I sneeze a lot in a row, but I sneezed like 10 times in a row right before I did this video. So there are a lot of blessings on their way to you when you're ready. Self-discipline. Yeah. Yeah, there's something very routine, very like diligent about you. This is from a young age. Like you, it's almost like I feel that you suppressed your adventurousness. And that's funny because I was just talking to my friend about that the other day. Like I feel like um, and maybe I did, well, I was trying to do a video and it didn't work out. And I was like, all right, I just got to get rid of it. But I did this reading and something came up about how, okay, you know, you went from this extreme of, um, you were a very by the book person, and this is coming up in this reading. You were a very self-disciplined person, very by the book from a young age, and then something happened in your life that made you more rebellious, and you went to the other extreme where you didn't have excuse me, you didn't have any rules, boundaries, or anything for yourself. So now you've gone kind of back to the self-discipline, and you're not adventurous, taking risks, like any of that. So something that is suppressed for you is your sense of adventure, of like throwing the rules out the window. Like there needs to be a balance of the two. Um, like you should have never been so self-disciplined. This is like perfectionism, you know, really hard. You've always been really tough on yourself. If you made a mistake, like you would not let it go. Maybe you've worked on that and it's not as bad, but you need to kind of like embrace, maybe you need to go back to childhood and think of memories. I've been thinking of memories when I was younger, and maybe not even young child, like young adult, where you felt more free and careless, and you know, having that kind of fun, and embrace that more instead of suppressing that. Like trust yourself that you know the difference between right and wrong, and what is harmful to you is really what it is. New beginnings, we like that. Environment. Okay, yeah, you know, I feel the need, karmic completion on the bottom, okay? I feel the need to go to this middle one first because, so Seven of Pentacles reverse, that's growth, stunted growth. There was somewhere where you stopped, like this is a suppression of growth. It feels like emotionally, I was talking about emotions and all these cups here, you stop growing emotionally, and well, and it's like a sense of not just emotionally, but how do I explain this, coming into new ideas, new opportunities, new, like you probably find yourself or have found yourself in your life, if you resonate with this, where you felt you were only capable of XYZ. Like I can only do this. This is as far as I can go with it. And career is really coming up for this, but it could be anything. Like, well, I didn't get a degree, so this is all I can do. Or I'm not smart enough. That definitely feels like a thing. There's something about like your intellect, like you've always been very smart. This King of Swords reversed, but King of Swords here, you've always been very intellectual. But it feels like somewhere along the way, something made you doubt your capabilities and maybe stopped these opportunities from coming to you along the way. But that's not to say like, whatever happened along your journey is, you need to embrace it and thank your prior self and the people that, you know, came across on this path to learn whatever it is you're meant to learn. But I feel like this is coming up now because you are in a space where you don't want to stop your blessings anymore. You don't want to stop the opportunities. You know you're capable of anything. So that's really good. Like, you're already kind of recognizing it. It's just coming out in this reading. So you're getting a confirmation and going, okay, I'm ready for these new things and I deserve these new beginnings. So we've got the I almost said Three of Pentacles. So work is very significant. Three of Wands reverse, Four of Cups, and self-discipline. This is weird. I feel like there's something about like attitude. Like, I want to give attitude. So the emotions that you started to not, like, you got in this kind of self-discipline of, okay, I'm clearly not allowed to share how I feel, so I'm gonna be kind of like and not to say you're a bad child or anything, but or young adult or whatever, but it feels like your way of kind of lashing out was to either be silent or maybe be a little passive aggressive, or maybe just having an attitude with your parents or people around you. I'm really drawn to this like checkered pattern. I don't know if that's significant for anybody, but I can't stop looking at that. So, when you find yourself now having an attitude or being passive aggressive, there's something probably happening in your present moment where you're getting triggered and you feel like you're young again, and you feel like this is like how I have to react to get what I want, or this is how I'm conditioned to react. So it's like needing to acknowledge that so you can move forward. And yeah, this Three of Wands is about opportunity. That's why I started talking about that right from the beginning, because I felt that. But this feels more to me like okay, I need to move forward from this energy, because my emotions are not suppressed now. I know I can express them. And maybe that's something, if you still have trouble expressing emotions, that's something you need to work on, okay, if you resonate with that. Because if not, you're just going to piss off people around you because you're going to act like a child, right? That's like acting emotionally immature. So then we've got the King of Swords reverse with completion. Yeah, so there's something suppressed with the mind, like stunted. Okay, it's back to this kind of growth thing that I talked about over here, where it's like maybe you just decided to stop learning at some point. Like, now I don't think you're there. Like, I feel like you're open to any kind of learning there is. Like, you're really open to that. I've got chills on that one. But there's something, maybe it's like an authority figure, like a father or a grandfather, where like you took your cue from them and what they thought they were capable of, and you just decided, like, that's all I can do too. That's it. Like, that's really coming up in these couple of cards here. But you're in a space now where you've made peace with that kind of part of yourself, and understand your capabilities, and you're not in this thinking. It's like, so when I was talking about you, oh God, what was I? See, I'm losing my train of thought. And that's like overthinking. Like, I'm thinking too much, but I'm really just down on myself, and maybe I'm thinking the worst. Okay, that's what it is. It's negative train of thoughts and negative, you probably had somebody surrounding you that was very, like just finding everything bad instead of like the good. So that's something that you kind of incorporated with yourself too. Like you, like it's not really this person suppressed anything. It's just kind of more of a learned behavior because you watch somebody else do it. Um, but I do think there's like a negative self thinking, like negative, um, anytime you had a thought of like, oh, maybe I'll do this, then you went down this spiral of, oh no, I can't. Like it's a fear, definitely a fear thing. I can't because this might happen or this might, like a doomsday kind of energy. That's what I was trying to get at. Like worst case scenario. So okay, actually what is suppressed here then is your, um, from a young age, perhaps you were kind of like a happy child. Maybe you brought light around, like smiling, and everybody was drawn to you, kind of thing. But somewhere along the way, you lost that. Um, it was suppressed because you just couldn't see a way out of what was always happening because of the good things that could have happened, but you just kind of stopped them, and it, like the spiral thing that I'm talking about. But the completion card is telling me that, which just feels really good for me too, that you're like, this is done for you. Okay, you're not doing this anymore. You're not in doomsday. You are more thinking about the possibilities. You're more open to, like using your imagination. Like that's probably something that got stunted for you as a child too. Like you had to grow up fast, so you couldn't really, like, not to say you never use your imagination, but you know it never ran wild. You just, maybe you were a daydreamer, but you couldn't, this is so interesting. Like you couldn't, you could only take it so far, and you couldn't elaborate. Like you just, there's something that was stunted with your imagination because of the seriousness of when you were younger and the energy you were in. Wow. Relate. Okay, we already talked about that one. So then we've got the Six of Swords with environment. Oh my gosh, moving away from the environment. Yeah, I mean, this is so good. I'm glad I'm doing this reading because I feel like you are, on your way out of this, like of things that you have suppressed for a long time. But I do feel like with this moving away from things, there is a sense of you finding yourself around people that perhaps weren't in the highest good for you. Like you had trouble moving away from, people, places, and things that were, familiar to you. Anything that was out of the ordinary, um, you had trouble going towards because it's scary. Like it's another fear thing. Um, wow, that's really interesting. Yeah. Like I feel like you got a sense sometimes of wanting to, but then maybe you got pulled back by people. And there's definitely something about, because I was looking at this card and this person on this boat. There's something about you, not wanting to be seen. So you have suppressed your, um, sorry, my dog Roscoe in the background. Um, pardon me. You suppressed your fire, your light, and I talked about that a little while ago about your light, like not wanting to be seen because, people around you made you feel that way. For some of you, it's because, there was something about you that they were envious of. So they maybe they gave you clothing like that where you couldn't wear anything to show your face or show any part of your body kind of thing. But for others of you, there's something about, like, it's almost like a conversation maybe that somebody had with you, um, or things that they said to you that, intentionally, this is like passive aggressive behavior that made you not want to be seen. And this is so funny because lately I've been trying to, the birds, I'm trying to put more into my appearance because I'm like, I don't feel good. If I don't look good, I don't feel good. I need to feel better. And that was a habit for me for a long time. Just like, oh, I don't need to look good. But it ties into this of, okay, well, if I look good, because I noticed the other day when I, put a little makeup on, I didn't even dress fancy or anything, but I had so many strangers. I mean, strangers approach me anyway, but I had so many more approaching me, and it made me uncomfortable. But I have to do it because, like, this is who I am, and I need to embrace that. So there's definitely a sense of you, if you resonate with that you have, you know, something in you was suppressed. Like, I can't show my authentic self, and it's not just appearance, it's like all of it. Okay. So moving away from those kind of environments too, of anybody that makes you feel that way. Okay. So then we've got, two sixes. Sorry. That's stuck there for a minute. So the Six of Cups reversed with music. Repressed. Suppressed, repressed. I mean, same kind of idea. But this is like, this is interesting because this is giving Six of Cups reverse is kind of like a rose-colored glasses. So something that you suppressed for a long time was your intuition with what your first impression was with people around you. Um, it's interesting because I feel like you are the kind of person that always wants to see the good in people, which is beautiful. But I feel like this was more of, um, what I think doesn't matter, or um, how I perceive people or how I perceive things doesn't matter. So I'm not going to share what I think. I'm just going to believe whatever they say, even though I know it's not the truth. Um, wow, that's really interesting. And I like this music card. If you found yourself, like, if you've always been passionate about music and you find yourself having a hard time, this is so interesting. Because lately I've been like, I've loved music my whole life. Loved it my whole life, but lately I've just been not feeling it. Like, there's something tied into, like, suppressing musical or creative. Okay, it's create. So for some of you, you've suppressed your creative talents because of the spotlight, or because you don't want to succeed because of other people. So you really need to start tapping more into creativity and letting yourself shine. Because, at the end of the day, everything is yours and you deserve it that you want. But you have to embrace all that you are, and do the things that you want to do without feeling guilty about it. Okay. It's something that you're going to have to work at, and it's not going to be easy. I have to say that I was expecting a lot more, because I said trigger warning in the beginning. I was expecting a lot more heavy things, and not to say that these things aren't tough for you, and that, those experiences didn't hurt you. Of course they did. But I was expecting things that were a little heavier. So the reason why I'm saying that is I feel like you are a lot farther along than you think. Okay. And you really need to be proud of yourself because you've done amazing work, and, celebrate the fact that you have grown. Like, you actually have really grown a lot, like these experiences, because like with suppression, with these things that I talked about, it feels like before you let them define you, and now you're in a space where you're not letting these things define you, which is really beautiful. And I'm really proud of you too. I want to pull a couple angel cards and then we're going to call it. I just feel the need. Yeah, I'm doing a reading. What's up? Okay, you're going to have to give me a few minutes. Almost done. Look at embrace your life purpose, all in good timing. Okay, so music too, like I feel like you need to work your way back into it because spirit is trying to give you signs through music, and messages through music. Welcome abundance. You deserve it all. Look at your angels, the angels, your guides are embracing you and they're giving you these messages, new beginnings. Okay, with the butterflies, it's time for you to do your thing. Okay, I'm really proud of you. So thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you being here. Any likes, shares, comments, subscribers to my channel are really appreciated. If you would like to donate to my channel, I will put, and it's not expected, it's just appreciated if you can. I will put my Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal in the comments. If you would like to book a private reading one-on-one with me, I'll put that in the comments as well. I'm not doing lives right now. I probably won't be doing them for a while. Yeah, I hope this really helps you and finds whoever needs it.